Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Break back. 54 miles. Here we go, D.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson escaping the pressure right. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact.
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
36. Watch the safety creep. Shoot the team. Check 24. Check 24.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Shit. 25. Got it. 25. Check.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
56. Check 56.
Here's Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
54, right there. 54. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check 4. 1, Omaha.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This ball caught by his tight end, Wilson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
21.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, it's down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And a loose football, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football, but any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too, but it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him. And this one was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but now it's 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. It's Coleman here. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Garoppolo now. 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, Garoppolo. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Watch the pass.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Going underneath, it's Coleman. 10 more there and another first down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Garoppolo now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, gun. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 11.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
21. Pull it together. 57. Fine. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Forced out to his left. Toward the pylon, caught. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's got his target. That's more. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Look for signal.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Being chased out left. Going for Met. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point attempt to come here. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
21, 20.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And now it's 2nd down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Sheldon Day able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 81 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
I got you.
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Bang, bang. Check. Fresno.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay gain.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Watch the slant. Check 50.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Hey, alert.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They run again with Carson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
What? 315. Mike 51. All day, baby. All day. No. SOS.
got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This will be taken in after 1. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A big-time fourth-quarter return for a touchdown to tie this game. Now the PAT obviously would give them the lead.
And as we know, it's no longer a gimme since they changed the rules a couple of seasons ago.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Play action. Now Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the... That's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Under team. Gun. Motion. Run left. Mike's by 4.
This is Carson. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
4 down. Whip. Watch the whip. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Switch,
Got it.
Begin. Shoot.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Wilson. This one complete to Gresham. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Carson. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't get a throw-off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here we go. 13.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. 3 for 3 so far, and a fourth would win it. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
That early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they